Welcome back to LEGO Battlebots Season 4. Our first fight of the episode sees OMNI taking on Venomstrike. OMNI getting a solid win over Blue Flame in his first fight, while Venomstrike was able to quickly dispatch of Retribution. Both fights taking each other on here for win number 2. Venomstrike's forks seem to be better at the ground game than OMNI's very worn wedge, and if Venomstrike can get underneath, then OMNI would probably be a pretty easy bot to grab and control, but that vertical spinner of OMNI could do some serious damage if it does manage to get underneath those forks. So let's go down to the arena to see who goes 2-0. Let the bot battle begin. Venomstrike getting underneath OMNI pretty easily, already has them pinned, trying to get that tail in to grab. OMNI's pretty small, so this should be pretty possible, but they're not quite getting the grab, it seems. Got a release at some point, and there they go. OMNI able to get away, and does get underneath Venomstrike there, tries to take off the tail right off the bat, getting some good rams in. But Venomstrike able to get away, and now back underneath OMNI, looking to pin them against the wall and get that tail in. Can they get a grab? They are unable to do so, and now OMNI gets to the side, rips off one fork. Venomstrike still has 3, but OMNI gets underneath again, and a third time. That's not very good for Venomstrike, as now they get put on their side, and what a shot by OMNI. There goes Venomstrike's tail, and they are now upside down. And that is gonna do it. OMNI is gonna knock out Venomstrike, who no longer has a way to self-right. And they are going to take their second win in a row.
2, 1, knockout.
Venomstrike had the low ground to start, and they were able to pin OMNI, but they were not able to grab them, unfortunately for them, because OMNI was able to get underneath all but one time after that. And they took off one fork, and then they managed to flip Venomstrike on his side, and then land a massive hit that ripped the arm off, and then took one shot there to flip Venomstrike over. Next up, Fossilized and Titan are fighting for win number 1. Fossilized lost a judge's decision to Talon early on in the season, while Titan was flipped pretty convincingly by Gingerbread in their fight. Okay, so both bots are gonna hope to beat the designs, kind of, I guess, similar to designs that beat them in their previous fights, and once again it's going to come down to ground game, because that nasty vertical spinner of Titan would tear through the forks of Fossilized, but if Fossilized can control Titan, then there's no need to fear. So let's go down to the arena and see what happens. Let the bot battle begin. Titan already rips off a fork of Fossilized. There goes 2 more. Uh-oh, now Fossilized gets underneath, throws Titan into the screws. Titan trying to get back up, and they are able to do so. And then Titan goes right back on the attack, rips off the last of the outer forks and one of the inner forks now. And there goes that last central fork. Fossilized down to 1 fork as they push Titan back here. Can they find a way underneath? But Titan on the attack, there's some solid shots, and Fossilized is struggling, trying to get up. Will they be able to do so? Titan looking to not let it happen, but there they go. Fossilized is back right side up, and Titan lands another shot. But oh! Titan gets flipped over by Fossilized, and he was going in on the attack, and they can't get Titan in the pit. Oh my goodness. Titan was dominating for most of this fight. They were tearing through the forks of Fossilized, and it came down to just 1 fork left for Fossilized. They were in some serious trouble. But Titan got a very unfortunate bounce. They went right up that last fork, and I don't know how, but they got flipped over. Fossilized capitalized and threw Titan in the pit for a comeback victory. Next up, Apex takes on Gruff. Apex in its last fight was doing really well against Standalone before it died. Gruff did not do well against Lucky, it just got thrown out of the arena in like 5 seconds. But this is a pretty mismatched fight. Gruff is pretty dang durable. It almost went to the judges with Nemesis, I believe. It did get knocked out, but not because it was destroyed, it was flipped over. And then Apex is Yeah, I feel like we know where this fight's gonna go. So let's go down to the arena and see how exactly that happens. Let the battle begin. Apex spins up. Rufter retracts his lifter, trying to avoid damage. And some decent shots. Oh, and there goes the back half of Apex. It's almost a little... Oh, there goes the lifter of Gruff. Not sure where Apex goes from this, but hey, it got the lifter up, and it's upside down. Yep, here comes the countdown, and
9,
Apex is going to
8,
lose yet again.
7,
Gruff
6,
is going to go
5,
to 1-1 to take the
3,
surprisingly not as easy win as they
1.
thought.
Knockout.
Well, Apex took like 3 hits to lose part of itself this time, and it managed to rip off Gruff's lifter, and then it got flipped over, and the fight was over from there. Fight number 4 is Kraken versus Fusion. Kraken won its first fight, I believe, against Biohazard, I want to say? I've already forgotten it. I think it was Biohazard. Meanwhile, Fusion was able to knock out its brother bot, Son of Waiachi. And this is a pretty interesting fight. Fusion has both vertical and horizontal ways of dealing with Kraken, and Kraken's upgrade and reliability could pose an issue for that design. So it's going to be a pretty fascinating match, and, well, let's just go down to the arena and see how it plays out. Let the battle begin. Fusion getting me Kraken a little bit, and now they flip Kraken on its back, now using that horizontal to try and attack. And there's a solid shot from that vertical. Kraken now on top of Fusion. Can Fusion do anything with this? Yes, they can!
Knockout!
Well, that was surprisingly fast. I was not expecting that fight to go the way it did. Fusion just needed to get underneath once, and then it had Kraken out of the arena. Now Fusion is 2-0. Fight number 5 sees a battle of rookies as Yorker takes on Goldflisper. Yorker annihilated Buzzkill in his first fight that showed just how powerful that weapon can be, while Goldflisper was able to take out Eliminator without much trouble. However, Yorker is a much more powerful spinner than Eliminator, so we'll have to see if Goldflisper's durability is up to the challenge, or if Yorker's power will be too much. Let's go down to the arena and find out. Let the battle begin. Yorker's weapon spins up. Oh, solid deflection there from Goldflisper. And oh, they get thrown to the wall, but that wedge is holding up to the impact so far, and they get thrown to the wall again. And oh, great deflection there. And oh no, there goes the right side of the wedge of Goldflisper, but here they come. And now, oh my goodness, Goldflisper puts Yorker on its side. A perfect flip. They only needed the 1. That's gonna do it. Goldflisper is gonna take out one of the most powerful spinners in the field and move to 2-0. Well, this was a serious showcase of the power of Yorker. I mean, they went right against those tires how they were supposed to go and just shoved Goldflisper into the wall, but Goldflisper's wedge was able to hold up for the most part, able to get some solid deflections, and all they needed was 1 flip to end Yorker's run. Next up is Orbital Fire taking on Redblow. Orbital Fire got mauled by Gigabyte in its first fight, while Redblow was dominated by Venom. Redblow definitely has the ground game advantage, but those forks are not very durable. And if Orbital Fire can just get underneath once, it could take those forks out in a single flip and cause some serious problems. And so Redblow will have to keep that flipper at bay for a while. Let's go down to the arena and see if they're able to do so, or if Orbital Fire will get the win instead. Let the battle begin. Oh, Orbital Fire's flipper has already come off, and now Redblow's in the screws. Well, or I guess Redblow doesn't have to worry about that flipper anymore, but there goes, I think, one of the forks. Yep, that's one of the forks of Redblow gone as well. If the other one comes off, we're gonna have a pretty miserable match on our hands. Orbital Fire is now getting underneath Redblow, trying to throw them around, trying to take the rest of the wedge off, and they do. Okay, so we have Redblow with no ground game against Orbital Fire with no flipper. This is this is a fight now. Well, Orbital Fire doing a good job getting Red Blow into the screws, I guess. This is... Oh, and hey, Red Blow lands a hit with that hammer. This is just gonna be Orbital Fire shoving Red Blow around for another, like, 2 minutes or something, right? Hey, there's a big ram, but is that actually able to do anything? I mean, this Red Blow isn't a fun bot to watch. It just gets punched in the face, and it's just nothing happens. Nothing happens in Red Blow fights usually, except the wedge coming off, because that happens consistently. It's even spoiled Orbital Fire's chances by just removing that weapon. Well, Orbital Fire has been in control of this fight very consistently, as it kind of has those front wedges that are attached to the chest here at the bottom. Oh, there's a little bit of ram, a little back and forth there. Maybe something kind of interesting in this fight, but it just gets old after a while to seeing Red Blow just get smacked around for who knows how long until somebody just dies. And another ram there, and yeah, this fight's still going. Red Blow gets flipped again, self-rights again, because yeah, this thing is pretty dang durable. And oh, there actually goes the tip of the axe head of Red Blow. Maybe something has happened, and something will happen. Red Blow's still got that little stick of an axe left. It's more of like a self-righter. It's just more self-righting than actually anything else, really. Oh, and now Red Blow's lost the rest of the hammer. It's over. The Red Blow fight is over. Orbital Fire has knocked it out and gotten its first win of the season. Yippee! Well, this was a miserable fight. Red Blow took off Orbital Fire's weapon, and then Orbital Fire took off the wedges of Red Blow. And from there, it was kind of just like 2 minutes more of Orbital Fire is shoving Red Blow around the arena. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I don't like Red Blow. If it does poorly this season, it will be scrapped because those wheels are better suited for someone who can actually, do something. Well, as for Orbital Fire, it is a victory for them. They are now 1-1 and back on even keeling. For our penultimate match of the episode, we have Rookie Get Some taking on 4-bar spinner Reticle. Reticle was knocked out fairly quickly by the Elementals, while Get Some was dominated by fellow rookie Sunset. That weapon mount of Get Some is probably going to be a prime target for Reticle to rip off, because that weapon certainly has the power to do so, but Get Some is pretty dang durable and reliable besides that part. So, it's going to be interesting to see how the fight goes after Get Some's weapon inevitably gets ripped off, because that's probably what's going to happen. So let's find out down in the arena. Let the bot battle begin. Both bots swept up speed, and in the first collision, the weapon gets ripped off. And there's another little chunk that comes off. Oh, jeez, yeah, Reticle's weapon is very powerful, and Get Some is feeling it right on the chin right now. It's losing a couple more chunks, but the main body, at least, is relatively unscathed. It's still able to drive pretty easily. Let's see how much damage Reticle is actually able to do. Reticle suffers with reliability issues more than most horizontal spinners. They're just landing these massive hits, but how much damage are they actually doing to Get Some? Even so, they're still ahead on the scorecards at this point. I think something came off somewhere, I don't know. A piece did come off and Get Some, but I feel like something else came off that I didn't quite see. Another solid shot, and Reticle just keeps landing these big blows, but there goes an arm of Reticle, and suddenly Reticle has basically been neutralized, and now Get Some gets underneath, putting Reticle into screws and flipping them over. Get Some takes the hits, manages to outlast Reticle, and flips them over for the knockout win. It's the first win of their career.
Knockout.
Well, as we expected, the weapon of Get Some was neutralized in a single shot. Reticle landed a bunch of really powerful shots. You don't really see Reticle a lot, as it's not as much applaud as some other horizontal spinners, but that thing is deadly. Unfortunately for Reticle, Getsum was able to outlast it and be able to put Reticle into screws, get them upside down, and more importantly, get the victory. It's time for the main event, Riptide versus Hypershock. I think we all remember back in Season 2 when these two fought to go 3-0. That match was an instant classic. Riptide mauled Hypershock throughout the entire fight, but eventually Hypershock wore Riptide down and was able to get a knockout victory with only seconds left on the clock. I don't remember exactly how many, but it almost went to the judges, is what Hypershock was able to pull out the win. Hypershock in that season made it all the way to the semifinals, while Riptide was knocked out in the first round. But in Season 3, things changed. Riptide made it all the way to the finals, while Hypershock kind of sucked. Now Hypershock coming out of the Losers League at 4-1. And both bots coming off of very strong wins. Hypershock taking down the Season 1 runner-up Tantrum, while Riptide taking down the Season 1 champion, the upgraded Bite Force. And so this is going to be a crucial fight for these two bots, both looking to land a statement win and get ahead on the schedule early. The Riptide has had those frame upgrades from when these two bots last fought, so is that going to make the difference this time around? Let's find out down in the arena. Let the main event begin. Oh, Riptide has already flipped Hypershock over. Hypershock trying to self-race using the screws, but already the wedge is gone. That is not a good sign. There's the first backflip from Hypershock. How many of those are we going to get in this fight? And the weapon is already down. Riptide tearing through Hypershock's defenses very quickly in this fight. They are out for blood, and there goes the final piece of the weapon. Hypershock scrambling, and here they go, upside down, but they seem to be jamming up Riptide's weapon. It doesn't seem to be getting a bite, and are there cracks starting to form in the frame of Riptide? Hypershock back right side up, and Riptide lands a serious counter shot, and that is it! What a final blow. What a revenge tour from Riptide. They just tore Hypershock a new one. This was not even close. There was no chance that this was going to be like the last one. What a win for Riptide, easily going to 2-0.